This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium Training session. This Infinium Training session is entitled Focus and Make Sure That Your Back Door is Fully Locked. Now, my MGTOW brothers, we are in a new year as well as a new decade. The year is now 2020, and it again is at the beginning of a new decade. But I'm here to tell you that this can be the beginning of some phenomenal things for you as a MGTOW man. This year, 2020, can be the beginning of what can be the acceleration of the change that is going on in your life, the acceleration of the walk down the pathway to your freedom. I would say this because you can look back on 2019 and begin to assess what has gone wrong, what has gone right, and take those things and look forward to the future. And in fact, I would advise you as a MGTOW man to take stock of those things, to take stock of where you are as a MGTOW man, to take stock of your condition in life, how you're interacting with females, how you're not interacting with them, to take stock of those things. So again, there's nothing wrong with taking a self-assessment of yourself. Assess those areas which you're doing good with, as well as those that you're doing bad with. There's nothing wrong with setting goals. It was, for instance, the goals that I set last year that I would say 85% of them were met in terms of the goals that I had last year for 2019. There's nothing wrong with setting goals. There's nothing wrong with setting high goals in terms of long-range goals, in terms of short-range goals. The thing with goals is to not get upset if a goal is not met on time or if you have a setback. The thing with goals is to understand that you, as a MGTOW man, you will have setbacks. You will have failures. You will have all types of things happen to you. But that does not mean that long range, your goals cannot be met. For instance, I am a ham radio operator. I had a goal in 2016 to get my ham radio license. I had a setback due to family members interfering with me, and that goal was not met in 2016. It was met in 2017. So again, my brothers, my MGTOW brothers, set goals. And don't be upset if you have a failure or a setback. Maintain that goal. Look at the areas where you failed at and come back to that goal and go towards it. The other thing too, in terms of your goal setting, in terms of your assessments, is to be realistic. And take it from the standpoint that every human being has problems. Every human being has issues. Even the richest men on this earth, they have issues and problems. They have bouts with depression. They have sicknesses and things that go wrong in their lives. Warren Buffett, if he says that he does not have those types of issues, he's lying. Every man on this planet, from the lowest to the highest, has issues, has setbacks, has problems. So again, that should not prevent you from setting goals. That should not prevent you from taking a self-assessment and being afraid of what you find. Because again, every man on this planet has issues, has problems, has areas that they are dealing with, that they're having issues in terms of dealing with the problems that they're having. So again, so let's just toss it aside and again, set those goals, do those self-assessments, and begin to move forward into 2020. And again, you will find that by looking at the issues in your life, the problems that you're having, you will begin to develop the resources and the capabilities and the tools to overcome those problems. And I will say again, for 2019, it was because of that process. I did have some setbacks, but I had a lot of successes, a lot of takedowns, a lot of things occurred where people were moved out of my life, where things happened, where uh, uh, people were pushed out, things I acquired. I was able to do certain things like invest. A lot of things happened in 2019 that were successes. And it was because of being focused on what I was doing and not allowing people, women, to interfere with those goals and those aspirations that I was able to do those certain things. But again, the things that you need to do as a MGTOW man for this year 2020 is to focus. Focus on your life. Forget about the women that are interfering with you. Forget about the ones that are trying to block you, trying to keep you from doing what you're doing. Forget about those things. Focus on you as a MGTOW man. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on where you need to do, where you need to go. That's what you need to do as a MGTOW man. Focus. And be assured of yourself that if you keep your focus, you will attain many of the goals that you set. And in certain cases, as I found out last year, you will attain some of those goals faster than what you think. A lot of times that will happen, that you think that something that is years out actually happens within weeks. That's what you can find if you focus. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on where you need to go. Focus on yourself. Again, I had a weight problem. I no longer have that weight problem. And that was mainly attained through the efforts that I put into myself through 2018 to 2019. So again, yes, you will have some failures, but as you focus on your goals, focusing on what you need to do, you will have more successes than failures. And again, if Warren Buffett says that he is successful all the time, he has no failures, he's lying. Even the richest men in this world have failures. They have setbacks. So again, stay focused and move forward into your future. Move forward into your wonderful future. And again, forget these females, these simps, the white knights who are trying to block you. Because again, when you develop the tools and the capabilities, the tactical skills to get around them, you will find, as the MGTOW Infinium did last year, 2019, that these people will be moved out of your way in certain cases faster than what you think they will be. Now, I want to talk about keeping that back door locked. You will notice as a MGTOW male that females, simps, white knights, whoever who in your past will try to come through the back door, who try to contact you, try to get back into your life. And again, they're not doing a front door. They're not coming by the front door. They're coming by the back door. And what I mean by the back door is that I would say females from way past. I would say maybe 10, 15 years ago, all of a sudden they begin to come back to you. They begin to try to contact you. And it's how you doing, where you been, I've been trying to get with you, that type of thing. Don't let that happen. Make sure your back door is closed and locked fully. Because what's happening is that women in general are in trouble. They are looking for ways to get men to help them, to get men to be pulled back into their lives once they're out of their lives, to drain resources from them. I'll give an example. The other night I was out and about, and I happened to bump into somebody that was way from my past. And all of a sudden it's, how you doing? And, I missed you, that type of thing. And it's like, with me, I'm like, I vaguely know you. And I vaguely remember you. But she kept on. And then eventually tried to hug me, and I backed away from her. I said, I do not hug women now because of Me Too. But the reason why I did that was because of what had transpired in my past with her. I was a systems manager at the time that she knew me. And I basically had an IT team and everything. And I had some authority, that type of thing. But yet when I knew her, she, as well as the other people and a sister of hers, always had tried to undermine me, betrayed me, did certain things to me, ran me ragged. And so, and it was under a quote unquote Christian guise. So, again, they manipulated me. They did things to me, and, they thought nothing of it. So now, flash forward maybe 15, 20 years to the future. It's like she's calling me a tech. She's demeaning me. She's, I knew you as a tech. I knew you as this and that. And see, she didn't even give me the dignity of what I was. I was a systems manager. I had authority. And they came against that authority regularly and gave me a hard time. And so now it's like, you're such a nice guy and you attack and and so really what she was doing was quote unquote bitch slapping me, trying to bitch slap me and trying to demean me. And see, these days I don't take that anymore. And so what I did was, I vaguely remember you. And when she tried to hug me and, you're a good brother in the Lord and this and that, don't hug me. I'm not going to allow you to hug me because of the Me Too movement. And she, of course, she got shocked. She got kind of shook up a little bit. And the people around me that were not nearby bystanders, they looked around and they were shocked. But I did what I did. And I had no qualms about doing what I did. But again, nice abuse is still abuse. You can have abuse from women and it comes in the form of a smile. And that's what this woman did to me. And see now, again, these women are trying to get back into your life and they remember you as you were years back. And they remember how they can manipulate you. They remember how they can throw you under the bus regularly and you'll just come back smiling. They remember these things and they'll try it again. And they'll come through the back door. And what you, my MGTOW brothers, need to do is to make sure your back door is fully locked, and locked to such a degree that these women, these white knights, these cucks, whoever it was in your past that did these things to you, can't come back through the back door. And if they manage to do so, you make it clear to them that you do not want them in your life anymore, because they are a hindrance. If, for instance, again, this woman could not give me the dignity of saying what I actually was versus what she was saying what I was. She called me a tech. I was a systems manager. There's a long difference from being a tech to a systems manager. A systems manager has a lot of knowledge, a lot of capabilities. And the place that I work for, they made a pretty penny from me being a systems manager. They made a lot of money off of me. And see, things like that, again, people like making a lot of money off of me and profiting where I get no profit, as well as the abuse, former abuse that I went through as a man in my past, that will no longer occur. Because, again, my pathway is now different. And that's what that woman found out the hard way that night when we met. And I would say to my MGTOW brothers, you will have this happen to you. You will have, again, because word will get around in certain cases that you are a quite different man than what you were in the former past. I'm sure that that woman probably texted her friend and her sister that, oh, he was nasty to me. He acted, he knew who I was, and he didn't even recognize me. But there was a purpose to that, because I will not allow that. I will not allow that type of treatment in my life anymore. I will not tolerate it anymore in my life. And that's what she needs to understand. And that's what these women need to understand. That MGTOW men will not tolerate that type of treatment. They will not tolerate the demeaning, the put downs, and the nice abuse in their life anymore. They will not tolerate any type of abuse. So again, my MGTOW brothers, make sure your back door is fully locked. It's fully locked. This has been the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Training session. Remember, my MGTOW brothers, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and also remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.